In this video, we'll talk about the things that make your music sound bad. Having worked as mixing and mastering engineers for many years, we've seen thousands of major artists repeat the same mistakes over and over again. This leads to their music sounding bad, fewer streams, and no success whatsoever. Hello, my name is Ivan. I am a sound engineer at Major Mixing, an online company that offers mixing and mastering services to all major and independent artists. We'll make sure your tracks sound rich and juicy, so don't hesitate to contact us if you need any help with your music. Now let's talk about the video. The first mistake that makes artists sound bad is prioritizing the wrong things. We've come up with our own term, the music production pyramid. First comes songwriting. Then as we go up, there's production, recording and its quality, editing, mixing, and finally mastering. The most fundamental things that influence the end result lie at the base of the pyramid. The ones that are less important and comprise just 5% of your success are at the top. The artists who sound bad don't follow the natural order of this musical production pyramid. They have misplaced priorities and can ignore songwriting, which should be their #1 concern. They may think that a music producer will fix it, and if that doesn't work out, they'll blame the music production for everything. Then they'll hope that a mixing engineer will make their track sound better. All this leads to trouble. To avoid bad sound, you need to have your priorities in check. The next point is also connected to the music production pyramid. It's stockpiling mistakes. This means that the further in the production you go without correcting previous mistakes, the worse your music sounds. For example, you produced a track but it's half-baked, the sound is off and you used cheap samples, so it doesn't sound good. Yet you hope that a mixing engineer will fix everything and turn your track into an ear candy. This is the biggest mistake ever and it will ruin everyone's work. You should never stockpile mistakes. If you mess up on songwriting stage, production will never fix it. If you do something wrong during the production, mixing won't fix it, and so on. If your record is terrible, editing won't help. And if your mix is bad, mastering won't help either. That's why you should treat your music responsibly without thinking that you can patch it up later and no one will notice anything. Things simply don't work that way. You should do your best right from the start. The next point is DIY. Some artists think that they can do everything on their own without investing in their careers. Let me explain. A good producer has 5 to 10 years of experience under his belt. The same goes for mixing and mastering engineers. This is what you get when working with professionals. If you sum up all the time they've spent working and mastering their craft, it can be up to 30 years. You can never beat that no matter how hard you try. Producing music by yourself using your own skills won't get you anyway because the music industry is very competitive. Everyone is perfecting their sound, production and visuals to stand out from the rest. You may start by yourself, but eventually you'll drown in the amount of work you need to do. You can try to learn a bit of everything, but you'll get discouraged because it won't bring you the same results compared to working with a pro, simply because you don't spend years honing your skills like they did. Of course, there are exceptions to this rule, but they're 1 in a million. You may have to accept the fact that you're not that person. Ordinary people don't get successful due to talent, but due to hard work and planning everything ahead. That's why you'll never build a successful career in the music industry if you do everything yourself. Production, editing, recording, and so on. In the end, you'll have a bad sound that will impede your career and destroy your potential. The same would happen to a businessman if he did all the work himself. His company would never grow and become as big as Amazon. A successful business is built on delegating tasks, and the same goes for music production. Working with professionals becomes your primary investment. They're the pillars of your success that help you rise as an artist. That's why you should treat your job seriously, just like you would a business, and invest in high-quality production, editing, and mixing. You should always aim to create a top-grade product for your consumers. The next thing I want to point out concerns people who already found the money and hire professional producers and sound engineers, and work in good studios. We often see that people simply ignore the opinion of professionals at different stages of production. Many artists come and ask to tell them how to properly do things. A professional tells them, yet they say, "I don't agree with you." Many people in the industry act like that, and this limiting factor can destroy the whole mood, and no professional would want to continue working with them after that. This leads to nothing good. That's why when you work with professionals, you should just cooperate without trying to act like you're smarter than everyone else. Of course, there are artists like Kanye West who says he's the only one who knows how to do his music. But then again, talents like that are 1 in a million, as we've mentioned in the previous part of this video. If you look at successful artists from the Billboard Top 100, they all cooperate with music producers, sound engineers, and vocal coaches. And they truly listen to what all these professionals have to say. This is about teamwork. You can't just come and tell everyone what to do. When a professional says, "It'll be better this way," that's exactly what you should do, even if you think it's not in most of the cases. There are too many nuances you don't even know about just because you don't have experience in that certain field. In 90% of cases, professionals are always right, so you should just trust them and follow their advice. Another thing I want to point out is overproducing. This is something that can easily kill an artist's career on the spot. We've seen it so many times when people get worked up on the nuances and then start getting on the producer's nerves because they have this particular vision. So they change the arrangement many times and do hundreds of mixes trying to achieve that ideal. This is such a waste of time and resources. Even genius artists like Michael Jackson can be like this.
Michael is very, very polite, and he's a wonderful guy to work with. And he would say, "Bruce, that's perfect, but let's try one more." And this is like mix 80.
They've made 100 mixes of Billie Jean, but the Quincy Jones came and simply chose the second mix they created. You really shouldn't polish the track too much. This is similar to sanding wood. There comes a point when you need to stop sanding it because it becomes smooth. Yet, if you continue sanding, it'll become rough again. So you need to stop at the right time and let it go. You should treat the whole process with ease and trust the professionals. Make it quick. Write the track, record it, mix, release, and you're done. Don't try to find the ideal version of the mix. It simply doesn't exist. Only when someone hears your music, they can give you insights about what works and what doesn't, so you can make your next track better instead of hyper-focusing on just one. Next thing that will make you sound bad is ignoring references on all stages of production. Many artists think that they're better and smarter than everyone else and they can create something original from scratch without using references. This may work in some cases because, indeed, the music industry is looking for original sound and production that doesn't just copy someone else. Still, not having any reference whatsoever is also bad. People behind the hits have already done the job for you. They're showing you what's popular and what actually works. In this case, you don't use reference simply to make a similar track. You need to analyze it and see what makes it special. It's similar to businessmen who analyze their competitors and check their website, design, content, marketing strategies, etc. They do it not to copy and create the same thing, but to see what's trending and to be on the same level with other successful businessmen. That's why you can't ignore references. You need to find 5 to 6 songs of the same genre to have some variety. No matter what track you create, you're always referencing something anyway, because those ideas don't come to your mind out of thin air. More often than not, what you create is a compilation of all tracks you've listened in your life. Maybe you've listened to 10,000 tracks, so they become your reference, and that's where you get your inspiration from. The last thing that will make you sound bad is not working with us, because we have a team of music producers and sound engineers with years of experience under their belts. We have over 200 million streams, and we belong to the top 1% of sound engineers in the industry. So don't hesitate to check out our site and start working with us. We'll make sure your sound is juicy and you skyrocket to success in no time, because we treat your success as our own. That's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to get our latest updates.